Good afternoon. I am I'm Oatys 69, the owner of O.R.G Racing. This is my first live stream on here for liveries, and how to what I do to make my liveries, and how there are different I guess all the different aspects. I've had a lot of questions on Facebook, on how I do my liveries, how I layer, etc. So today I'm working on one of my O.R.G team members' cars, Wes. This is a surprise for him. It was actually given to me by another teammate, O.R.G Leon, or Wizard as we know him. This was a tribute to the, I guess you would call it a prototype livery for Chase Elliott. I'm not sure if they're actually going to run it. It was just something that was thrown out there with Coca-Cola being the sponsor. But West is number 9 in O.R.G on our team, and I believe he's a Chase Elliott fan as well, so this kind of fell right into the playbook. But as I was working on these ice cubes here, I got to thinking. I was like, you know what, before I finish up this back one, I got 2 back here and I got to do the front. I thought this would be a great one to show layering techniques and shadowing to get your depth in your liveries. This is a more complicated one. I'll be doing more moving forward on more I guess tuner liveries or actual race car liveries with layering and all that effect as well. Just along with other things to help people. Hopefully y'all can watch and pick up a few tricks. So here we go. So first I have the initial ice cube decal that I found and downloaded. So what I need to do first is get some white in behind this to bring out the outline of the ice cube. So we're going to move this down and let me start that over. So to move this under that layer, I would hit triangle, move layer, and then I'm going to come down and find where they're at, which is all right here. So I can take this as far down as the original whites that I have on the car just to make this easier. But as you can see, now that layers it underneath the outline. So now that the outline is on top, I can start working on getting my depth. So first thing I want to do, and I'll recommend this to anybody, when you start this, and I did it all the way from the front to the back here, just duplicate symmetrically, carries it over to the other side of the car, makes it easier for you to work with and get everything to line up properly. Now I will say, because the camera angles affect the layering and the placement, so if you got your camera sit here and you duplicate symmetrically just as you saw, I had to kind of adjust it a little bit to make up the difference. So, but anyway, let's go continue on. So we're going to duplicate that shape again because it fits the ice cube so well, I think. So what I'll do is I'm going to shrink this down, and I'll keep working with it until I feel like it's in a good spot. I am leaving a little extra on this outline to get a little bit out more of a highlight on the corners and all and such, to get the nice ice cube look that I got throughout the rest of the car. This took me a few hours, and again, as you can see, because that camera angle is the difference, you got to adjust it just a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to keep continuing to do this until I get the entire ice cubes filled in. So here you see down here at the bottom, I'll use this as a pointer. I got this line here that I got to keep in mind, so it'll be the body color will actually show through there. So what I'll do here is make this not quite. Let's see what we got down here. I can go a little lower down there. Oh yeah. So again, I'm going to come over and overlap just a little bit. Duplicate symmetrically again. You know, keep that going. And like I said, this is a more detailed one, so it's a lot more steps to get everything right and where I want it. So, oh, there is a cube underneath. Okay, I gotta remember that on my other ones. Might have to go back and do some fixing. So anyway, now that I've got that bigger area covered, I can bring this out, you know, and block in a large space. And then duplicate one more time. Now this one is going to be a little tricky, or I guess you should say. Like I said, I'm going to layer these again. As you can see, the edges aren't straight like my shape that I'm using, but it'll be okay. I can make it work for me and not against me. So there's that one. Duplicate that one more time. And we now have our ice cubes blocked in, I guess would be the best word. And I noticed one thing down here in this corner. See this little curve where the ice is melting? So what I want to do here is just shrink this down, bring it in there, cover that, fill that in, just to tie it in all the way. But yeah, that's where I started on all these back here, and then added some shadowing and fades in, just to give it the more realistic ice look. I couldn't find a good decal. Sometimes you can't, so a lot of times I hand make them the best I can to give the impression that I want. So, but anyway, let's carry on here. Let's see. So first things first. Since these will be, again, I'm gonna have to go back down and go under the outline. So I'm gonna come into shape 2, do this triangle a lot. I like this one for corners and such, you know, something like that. It really ties in well with them. So I don't know why I just did that for corners not going there, but anyway, this will be going down here, and what I'm going to be doing with this, and you'll see here shortly, is to give the impression of the difference in layers between the 2 or 3 cubes of ice, if you want to say it. So what I'll do is move it again. This takes time. I think I've got a couple hours into this already, so we'll come back down here. Again, there's my original blues. Oh, that may even go, yeah. That'll work, I believe. And that gives that bottom layer some depth. And we'll see how it comes out. Hopefully it does as good as the rest did. Again, this is my first time doing this, so kind of excuse me, I'm being a little choppy with the voice and wording. I'm just getting used to it, so. Alright, so I do see one thing I want to fill in. That's that little triangle right there. Again, this will just give it more depth and make it look a little bit more realistic. So all right, here we go. So then I'm gonna come over here. So I guess first things first, shape 1 on your presets are solids, and shape 2s are fades. So fades, it's the word I use for them. I'm not sure what I'm sure you could find a couple different wordings and uses that people have put in when they put them in, because it's all that person's decision when they upload them. So, but that's usually what I look for, is a fade, or just go to my presets. But anyhow, this is where I start. For me, I look at each of these with, 1, 2, 3 sides per ice cube, and then I just kind of work it from there. And again, I'll place it, finish it, come back out and move it. On a simpler one, it's not as let's say difficult to move all this, because you don't have as much going on. So I just got to find the right layer here. I believe I was here. Yes. And see, now that puts the outline again on top of my shadowing and all that. So place, duplicate at the top of the side symmetrically to keep it the same. And then I'll duplicate it again and shrink down. Get it down to one size that you're comfortable with, or you agree with, and then you can kind of tweak it from there, I guess is the right wording. Like I said, I'm leaving some of the highlights on the edges to make the cubes look, again, just a little bit more three-dimensional. And then I'll duplicate that again and do that again. And like I said, sometimes I get up here and I don't like the positioning, or it just doesn't line up right, or how I want it to look. So I'll move it and mess with it. But that looks pretty good there. Yeah, I'll duplicate that one there symmetrically, and then duplicate again. I like duplicating it when I'm doing a lot of the same design throughout the car. It's just easier than going to try to find the same decal again, bringing it up, etc. So what I'll do here, same thing, is I'm gonna use this. See there, I don't like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip it. And as you flip it, it gets a little trickier, because then it changes positions on you as to what the direction that you're pushing to skew it. So when you first start, it up is bigger and down is smaller, and then so once you spin it, it kind of throws it a little bit. And see, I don't like that either. So let's try this. Let's flip it horizontally, and then we will. Sometimes it helps to go bigger to get the shape that you want, and then shrink it down. Until you get it closer, I guess is the right word. That's not bad. This is an ice cube, so the shadowing all is just a little different and off. Oh, do you see a problem there? It's a little long. So we're going to bring it up here. Oh, Let's see, now duplicate that again, and now I can take it back to its original shape, just to help with that. You know what, I don't think I'm going to use that one anymore. I think, you know what, let's do this. Let's even go back one further. Alright. So let's do something more along this horizontal. That's okay. I don't like that one. It's not as easy to work with. So I guess maybe that one. That's not bad. So now we'll move this again all the way back down. It just makes it easier, especially for me, I think, when doing this. Makes it easier to replace the layer than it is to go, like I said, go out, delete it, come back in, etc. So again, I'm leaving a little bit of an edge to give that highlight of the ice cube. Then I'll duplicate symmetry, duplicate again. Hope y'all are having a great day out there. Weather's pretty nice here. Had a little bit of snow yesterday. We're in Virginia, so in the mountains, in the valley, so it's actually nice to have a little bit of snow. Yeah, there's that. I left that corner piece here. Like that corner I'll leave out. This stuff here, I know it looks up close, it looks blurry and fudgy, but in the game it'll, from a distance, as you can see, let me get rid of that arrow thing there. There we go. You know, because in the game while you're racing, you're not going to see these little small pixels that are wrong. So, but they add that highlight effect that, like I said, I was going for. So, anywho, let's carry on. So let's add this layer. Let's go back to this one. Now, like I said, I can go over a little bit on this one. Because like I said, this will be under that decal on top. I just got to make it look pretty close. It ain't got to be perfect. Because again, we're going to finish, move it back down with our other layers, and I actually want to go under those, since that top, I want that top ice cube to look to be the closest to me. I know people are like, oh, it doesn't make that big a difference. It actually does. Maybe not so much on this one, but in my later posts and streams you'll understand more what I'm saying as far as how that affects how the decal looks and interacts with the other decals in the design. Alright, so let's straighten that out. Oh, that's not on. There's that. Duplicate symmetrically. Now this will be the fun one here, is trying to figure out what I want. Again, I'm going to get it close to the size I want, and then I will strengthen that out and layer it down again. Now I don't like how that sharp line underneath, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to flip it to get the lighter color of the fade on that corner, so I don't have that sharp line near as bad. So there's that. Now what I could also do is if you are in this mode, and we go back, if you hit your edit decal and then triangle, you can change the opacity, and as I go down you can see that line on that top ice cube starts fading away to where it's no longer noticeable. Once you find the one that you like, you're 75%, hit circle to back out, and now that's the opacity you have. And remember, anytime you adjust anything on that and duplicate, you're going to get the same effect on the other side. And I just realized I did not duplicate my top one. Crud. Oh. Now I got to go back through here and find this one. I believe, yep. There we go. So we're going to duplicate that one more time. I got one more edge down here to work in. And again, these ain't got to be 100% perfect. You want to get them as close as you can. Like I said, this type of decal layer, and it's not going to affect it as much. So anyway, those are done. Oh, I just did it again. I did not duplicate that to the other side. Again, excuse me, first time doing this. I've been asked, by quite a few if I would mind doing a stream while I was editing, so I'm gonna see how these go. Like I said, hopefully it'll pick up, and if they do, I'll do some more and try to help people out and give y'all some ideas on how to create your own, designs a little easier. Yeah, I know it's a kind of a pain. There's some other tools that would make this a little easier, I think, like an eraser or even a pen to be able to draw your own lines would be a big help, I think. So, but again, that's me. So now we got that one ice cube again on top. So what I want to do is to make that one ice cube stand out just a little bit more. I'm going to bring that in there. Oh. I'm going to keep rotating that to where since those are the same colors, they'll blend together very well. Then duplicate, and then here, rotate, just to give that visual aid that it's some depth there. Just helps out. Duplicate symmetrically. So yeah, there's a quick glance at where I'm going with this car. I'll post it when I'm finished, but I was hoping that would help be a quick start from my tutorials, I reckon, and see what y'all think. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, tell your buddies if they're into the Gran Turismo and racing and doing decals and all, find my channel. I do have a couple, I think one or two other posts that I did decals on. I actually did the whole car, but I didn't have any of my mic on, and so people were saying, they were great, but I was moving too quick and they couldn't understand which buttons I was hitting. So I figured I'd just give you a quick once over on what those are, looking like. So yeah, there's that. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do it again up here around the front to carry that ice look all the way around. And then the original library that I'm going off of has just ice cubes, but I don't know how I feel about that. We'll see as the time goes. But so I'll type in, let's go type in ice and just see what we get. Yeah, see, I could use one of the snow ones maybe as a backdrop, or to help tie that frozen look. Oh, there's a good one. So now I found one I like. For me, depending on how often I know I'm going to use it. If I'm going to use it a bunch, I may add it to my collection or a specific folder in my favorites file. Something like this, I won't add to favorites. I'll just add it to my collection, because I'll go through and delete the ones out that I don't use. But you know, I can do a number of different I guess what's the word here, uses for this type of decal. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could go in and do each one of these cubes with a little bit of ice on them. Just to give it some more depth. I mean, it helps kind of sell the look and the livery, I believe. Now, I will say it's also very easy to get carried away and put too many in. So here I'm going to keep it to just the ones on top. I think that'll be more pleasing to the eye, I guess would be a better way of saying that. Again, just gives them a little bit more depth. Actually, now that I look at that, I may come in and do that on a couple number of these, like this one. Okay, so I got that ledge back there going down to a point, so I'm going to do this. And what I was talking about is this side of it was more of a pointier end than this one, so I wanted that to look like it was going up and under that one, if that makes sense. Again, duplicate symmetrically, and then we'll come down here, and again that point, I'll reverse it again and bring it back out just to, now that one I'm not sure how I like that, because there's not a hard edge there. I could shrink it down, I guess. Yeah, let's shrink that down, stretch it out a little bit. As you see, it's wrapping around. I'm gonna have to fix that later. You have to keep an eye on that as you're doing your decals. Now I can fix this. Let me show you all that real quick. See how that wrapped around? So if I don't want it to do that, I come in here, hit OK, come over here to projection range, and the limit angle, if I shrink that down, you see it cuts it off. Sometimes that helps knock those little issues out. Quick little trick. I didn't realize until just now that those wrapped around as well, so I'll have to come back and fix them at a later time before I finish the library up. But yeah, there's my ice cubes, and you know, hopefully that'll work out. I'm gonna see how it ends up being. Like I said, I'll post the final and share here on YouTube as well. Most all of my libraries, again, I'm Oatys 69 or O.R.G Oatys 69 if you want to find me on the game. Almost all of my libraries are, when I save them and share them, I make them to where they can be edited, so you can come back in, add your own numbers, you know, your own sponsors, change your wheels, whatever. I mean, everybody's got their own preference, and I kind of like the idea of everybody being able to make each library their own. But like I said, yeah, thank y'all for watching. Hopefully this will help y'all out, and keep an eye out. I'll definitely be posting more in the future, and as I get more comfortable, you know, be a little bit better at explaining everything. But I thought that would be a good start for everyone to get a good idea on some of the things that I do to make my own. Let's see, just to give you an idea, this one has 216 of 400 layers just on the body, so I'm halfway there. So I'll probably do just one more of the ice cubes here on the front, depending on how they look. And yeah, see there, I don't know if I'm gonna see, I can go big there, or I can go small. Might keep it below that line. Wrap this back here. That's not bad. Now again, here I want to check that lip where this decal is. Anytime the decal is on a flat surface and the body wraps underneath behind it, make sure it's not wrapping around or projecting through. Again, you just go down and do like I showed you earlier and change that projection angle, and usually that'll fix your issue. So yeah, I don't really think the original Chase Elliott library that I'm basing this off of, I believe, I'm looking at it now, yeah, they wrapped the ice cubes all the way over. So what I'll do here is I'm gonna make mine line up. Going off of a NASCAR stock car to a Aston Martin's a pretty big change, but I try to make it work. I will say my biggest tip is like there, I like to line my decals up with the body lines on the car. It seems to make everything flow better and make it more appealing for everybody. So, but anyway, guys, I'm gonna get off here and stop this one for right now. I'm going to go ahead and try to finish this up for Wes and surprise him. Hope y'all enjoyed. Please leave comments, questions. I will gladly answer and, you know, help anybody out. Love doing this. So, again, thanks for watching and hope to see y'all again.